You know, again, this pattern of an amazing cavalier attitude towards classified information is reckless, sloppy, and silly.
U.S. Senator Mark Warner and his fellow Democrats slammed President Donald Trump's National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard and his CIA Director John Ratcliffe on Tuesday, after a journalist from The Atlantic was inadvertently included in a secret group chat where highly sensitive war plans were disclosed.
Senator, I'll reiterate that there was no classified material that was shared.
Gabbard and Ratcliffe, both of whom were in the chat, testified before the Senate Intelligence Committee that no classified material was shared on the Signal messaging app. But Democrats on the panel, including Senator Michael Bennet, voiced skepticism about that claim.
This sloppiness, this incompetence, this disrespect for our intelligence agencies and the personnel who work for them is entirely unacceptable. It's an embarrassment. Senator, you need to do better. You need to do better.
The Atlantic editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, reported on Monday that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted operational details in the group chat about pending strikes against Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen. That triggered outrage and disbelief among national security experts and prompted Democrats and even some of Trump's fellow Republicans, including Senate Majority Leader John Thune, to call for an investigation. Democratic Senator Ron Wyden called on Hegseth and Trump's national security advisor Michael Waltz to resign.
Obviously reckless, obviously dangerous, both the mishandling of classified information and the deliberate destruction of federal records are potential crimes that ought to be investigated immediately. And I want to make clear that I'm of the view that there ought to be resignation, starting with the National Security Advisor and the Secretary of Defense.
Well, let's put it this way, Director Ratcliffe, a discussion by senior U.S. officials on the timing and risks of a proposed military campaign and disagreements between the President and the Vice President about U.S. plans and intentions would be of obvious interest to foreign intelligence services, would it not?
Yes.
And they were discussing the timing of sending U.S. air crews into enemy airspace where they faced an air defense threat, correct?
I'm going to, Senator, defer to the other principles that you're referring to about what the meaning and the context of what they were auditing.
They're talking about the timing of U.S. airstrikes, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and therefore the timing of sending U.S. air crews into hostile airspace, correct?
Yes.
And therefore the time period during which enemy air defenses could target U.S. air crews flying in enemy airspace, correct?
I don't know that.
You do know that. This is utterly unprofessional. There's been no apology. There has been no recognition of the gravity of this error. And by the way, we will get the full transcript of this chain, and your testimony will be measured carefully against its content. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.